Hey everyone, it's the Angry Honey Badger, and it's time to take a look at the early August patch notes. That's correct. Riot has released the patch for early August, and as for early August, they actually mean August the 1st, so very early August. We're going to go ahead and just start looking into the changes in this patch. First we have Diana, who is not out yet, which is okay, because some of the public beta testing has shown she looks a bit strong, so they need to scale her back before they actually release her. I've seen some footage on her, and she looks pretty fun to play, to be honest, but a bit overpowered currently in that realm. So they're going to do some further testing, and we'll probably see her in a few weeks. So that's her. As for the rest of all the champions that are out, we have a Mumu, and his passive duration is going to be reduced to 3 seconds from 4 seconds. Tantrum's mana cost is actually going to be reduced. His Bandage Toss ability power ratio and his Curse of the Sad Mummy ability power ratio is also going to be reduced. These are kind of smart changes, actually. He has been a little bit powerful if you build him straight AP, and he still tanks fairly well. So they're going to reduce that a little bit because those were doing a lot of damage. So this isn't going to change him too much, but it just kind of needed to happen, I'm guessing. So next we have Brand, his Pyroclasm. The missile speed increased to 1,000 from 800, and the missile speed no longer increases when hitting ablaze targets, so that's going to kind of negate that. If Pyroclasm strikes in ablaze target, the next bounce will now prioritize champions. So that's kind of smart. It's going to prioritize if someone is already on fire. So nothing too big there going to change, just some little updates for him. We do have a few changes for Cho'Gath, though. In general, his magic resist per level has been increased, and his attack range has been normalized, which is nice. Rupture, the cast time has been reduced, which is going to be very helpful because that was inconsistent, and so is the delay going to be also fixed. And then his Scream, the cast time is also going to be reduced for that, which is going to be nice. And Vorpal Spikes now get bigger with his size, so they're going to do more damage over a spread area, which is also going to be a nice little fix. Also now for his Ultimate Feast, it now grants Cho'Gath up to 50 additional attack range. The Feast rank of the amount now stacks. Cast time has been normalized as well, and the range has been increased, which is, wow, also going to be nice. I already think Cho'Gath is a really strong character before this. I just made a build for him, probably a week or two ago. So if anybody's wondering, go play Cho'Gath now. Go check out that build and go play him. He is going to be a very good champion now, since all these little bug things are going to be fixed and everything's going to be kind of set up the correct way. So I wouldn't be surprised if his numbers maybe get reduced later on, but if not, play Cho'Gath. He's a really strong champion. We got some changes to Evelynn happening. In general, they've changed her recommended items on Summoner's Rift to now include Boots of Mobility. Her passive Shadow Walk, the re-stealth duration has been reduced to 6 seconds from 8 seconds, which is going to be nice because 8 seconds was a little long. Delaying the periodic damage, Ignite, no longer prevents her from re-stealthing. So, that's also good. So, she will be able to get back into her stealth a bit faster. And then now her ultimate's cooldown, her ult has a better cooldown for it. So that's also going to be nice as well. I still want to see some other changes happen to Evelynn. This is a okay start, but I do not like her from her rework. I've tried to play her a few times, and it's just not the same. Maybe I'll work with her a little bit more, but I do not like her new stealth. I feel like you can get seen way too soon, so we'll see how that goes in the future. As for Hecarim, what do we have? Devastating Charge, now more responsive when colliding with opponents, which will be nice. That's always been a little bit off. Initial movement speed bonus has been increased, which is also nice. Onslaught of Shadows, the enemy flee speed is now higher based on how close the enemy is to him. Also very going to be nice. A couple little updates to him. He's pretty strong as is, so this will just be a nice little help for him just to remain the way he currently is. As for Janna, we have her Zephyr. The ability power ratio has been reduced, and they have fixed it where no longer sometimes retain the passive bonuses while Zephyr is still on cooldown. This would, in some people's opinion, be a bit of a nerf. I would agree. And as I stated a couple times ago, I don't like her as a support champion. Maybe just because I don't see anyone play her right, but I would just currently avoid her. That's just my personal opinion. I don't see much good. Some of the pros are still playing her fine, but she's definitely seen a few hard hits, so we'll see how that lasts for her. Next we have Lulu. Wild Growth fixed. It now completes its effect even if the allied target was about to take lethal damage at the time of casting. So that actually would be very nice. and that's just a nice little fix for her. Rammus General, he now gains 1.25 magic resist per level. We're making a tank even tankier. Alright, so Rammus is pretty strong currently, so that's going to be fine for him. As for Rumble, the Junkyard Titan, which is his passive, the Danger Zone damage bonus has been reduced just by 5%, so not too much of a problem. I mean, it's a little bit, but that shouldn't affect him too much. And then we have Flame Spitter damage being reduced at most of his levels, and then they fixed it where it no longer lasts slightly longer than intended. These changes are gonna, I mean, yeah, they're nerfs in theory. I don't think they'll be too bad for Rumble. I still think the good Rumble players are still gonna be really good with him, and I think the bad Rumble players are still obviously be bad with him. I think Rumble's kind of a hit or miss champion for a few people. You can either play him really well or just kind of not well at all. So if you're good with Rumble, you'll probably still be fine with him. If not, avoid Rumble still. So that's my advice there. As for Twitch, his base attack damage has been increased, and his missile speed on Venom Cat has been increased as well. So a little buff there. I already thought his change during the self rework was actually fine, but maybe this will make him even more viable. So little changes to Twitch. Urgot, his Acid Hunter, damage has been adjusted back to where it was, but he gets the bonus attack damage. So I have no opinion over this change. I don't think this is going to change too much. I think it'll be fine. So we're just going to ignore that for the most part. As for Jin, his base attack damage has been reduced, and his attack damage per level has been increased. Okay, that's probably okay, I suppose. What else we got? His charge, the damage reduced a little bit, not too much. These are probably okay changes. He was pretty strong after his little rework. But he's still very viable, so this is just going to make him a little bit better. You actually get a little bit of an increase there, just a little takedown there, because that was pretty strong. So hopefully this will make him a little well-rounded. And as for Yorick, Omen of Famine, the ghoul will only heal Yorick for 50% of the damage that it deals to minions. And then the Omen of Death has fixed. The no longer instantly dies upon casting Omen of Death on an allied Evelyn. There must have been a mess up there. That's fine. So a little fix there. Nothing too big change to Yorick. As for the Proving Grounds, what we got? Health relics, blah, 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 blah. Nothing important. Nexus turrets reduced from 2 to 1. Oh, really? Okay. Whatever. And then the experience curve adjusted for people. Alright, that's fun. In general, you can now reset the current audio configuration back to the default from the audio options in the menu. Battle training to buy boots. Quest will now properly fire. All types of little battle training stuff that I'm not really interested in, so I'm going to skip over that. Updated several champion art assets, including splash art champions for Mordekaiser, Cass, Kassadin, Ezreal, and Ashe skins. I like this. Especially this. Mordekaiser's splash art, if that's what they fix for Mordekaiser, is going to be awesome, because his is just old. It looks super bad, in my opinion. So, yeah, we'll see what these ones all look like. Interested to see what they do with the Ashe stuff, because that stuff did just get fixed. As for Summoner's Insight, now correctly works with Promote. We have also custom game bots now lane properly, which is smart. And then we have an updated tooltips for Ahri, Annie, Jarvan, Leona, Lux, and Morgana. And there is a new feature in the Tribunal. Players punished by the Tribunal will now be emailed a reform card, which gives additional details about their case. Other than that, guys, that's actually going to pretty much cover everything in this patch. Nothing too huge, a few things for a few champions, but other than that, we'll just see some nice little fixes to the game. But other than that, I guess I'll just see all of you guys in the next video.